mix or really varying everything.
And there's a point right there for Tubino. And we're tied at 1 apiece. Looks like it's going to be a long, drawn-out affair. Nakikita natin na no quick points here right now. At least in the first 2 points. Datuin. Serving. They go outside. Opportunity once again. That's not going to work for Dindin. But she's going to get a point off that block anyway.
There you go. Perfect block from Dindin Santiago. You know, the thing with Cignal is that they have a good setter. That was a great reception. Pero when you look at that, nag-block si Dindin, walang coverage. So that's parang it's a rebound. You have to have it always.
There you can see the numbers against AirAsia. 17 points for the girl who wears number 16. That looks like it's going to go over, and it does. Ito naman, para naman sa Petron. Obviously, as far as they're concerned, they just want to be able to win. But is it more important for them to win in 3 straight sets para hindi masyado mapagod si Dindin?
I don't think so. Come on. 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets, a win is a win. So I think what's more important is that they actually get the W, because that will help them when they come in to the semifinals, especially that they lost their past 2 games.
Gretchen Ho, one of the big names here, parading her wares for sa Petron. With the serve, and once again, Tubino scores.
An excellent spike there from Honey Royce Tubino, targeting the down the line area.
So far, so good for both these teams. Tubino now moving to the back. Great serve, great dig. Morada just gets that over. Praka is going to run out of space. Petron na makakuha ng puntos na yun. Twice Praka had an opportunity. As we take a look at the numbers of Morada, 13 points. Algarin just tried to send that over. Petron was wary about it, and Petron scores back-to-back points.
And look at Dindin Santiago. She's laughing. She's laughing at her spike, but then it worked for her. She targeted yung corner dito ng Cignal kahit na mahina.
As you said, importante na makakuha lang ng panalo. It doesn't matter how. Santiago can't get down as Suyat picks up a point.
For serving 5, serving for Cignal, Abby Praka.
Praka now moving to the back with the serving chores. Up the middle. That's going to be out. Was it touched? No, they say.
You know what I liked about Abby Praka? I want to see if she's going to target Dindin Santiago again, because that's what she did with that last serve, and therefore taking her out of the offense. The backline si Dindin eh.
Great dig. But not enough. Sabang na naisa ang Petron. De Los Santos, look at her numbers. Pretty decent. 9 points against AirAsia, their last outing. Suyat gets blocked, and there was nobody behind her to help out.
And again, you cannot have that if you have Dindin Santiago and Carmina Aganon in front of you.
Watch it once again.
That was Masangkay rather. But then again, yun nga, hindi pwedeng no blocking coverage for both teams.
Petron up by 2 once again. That might be a bonus. It is. Dindin Santiago takes advantage. That's going to bring us to our first technical timeout. Petron leads here in set number 1, 8-5.
No more excuses. With Tattoo's best value tablet bundles. Get a tablet for as low as $449 a month with free mobile Wi-Fi. Defy expectations with Tattoo. Also available on prepaid.
The Philippine Super League All-Filipino Conference is presented to you by PLDT Home T-Volution. Limitless sharing with the family-size connection of PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband. Welcome back to the Connect Astrodome as we give you volleyball action. Coming from Pasay. Chance once again here for Petron to increase their three-point advantage. And a violation will be called on Cignal.
Well, Jamela Suyat was, I think, the one who touched the net. But great play from Mary Grace Masangkay, attacking that defense of Cignal.
De Los Santos serving once again. This the biggest lead for Petron. From the back, not able to get it over.
Well, Cignal is really having a hard time with their defense. Hindi na nga sila maka-set up ng play sa harap. Kaya they're opting to give it to Honey Royce Tubino because they want to have this rotation.
Right now, they're really relying too much on her. De Los Santos with the serve. Poor reception. They're going to have to get this over. Chance once again. And Santiago will score. We're sounding like a broken record here as we have a timeout here from Coach Sammy. Let's listen in.
Dapat naghahanda ng block. So, babasahin natin kung sino nasa harapan. Okay, now, susundan ng block. Pag lumusot sa harapan, that's the time makikilos na nasa likod. Yung nagpo-contribute ba tayo, nagtutulungan ba? Hindi yung pag lumusot sa harapan, wala niya sa likod. Pero uunahin muna natin yung
Defense should always be your first offense.
And that again was not the strongest of attacks. Obviously, sanay na sanay tayo kay Dindin hammering it down. But that time talagang pinasok lang ngayon. And here they have another opportunity to score. They go outside. Boy, that's going to trickle in. And that is right down Santiago's alley.
That set was too low for Dindin Santiago. I commend Masangkay though for trying to still execute it dahil nandiyan ang opportunity to score.
Still a 5-point advantage enjoyed here by Petron. Agarin, the setter with the serve. That stays in. That's going to help their cause. Let's see if she goes down the line once again. They go outside and Santiago hammers it down finally.
Great set for Masangkay. I keep on talking. We keep on talking about Dindin Santiago, but we also have to, commend Masangkay for that great set.
Lead back up to 5. Trying to go down the line was Hendrauli. Not working, and this again, the biggest lead of set number 1. Chance once again here for Petron. Gretchen Hodag. Diaz gets blocked. Chance again for Petron. Quick set. But Junella was there. On the outside. Scoring is Morada.
And look at her after she scored that point. Nakahiga na siya and all, but still, every effort, kahit anong bali ng katawan, kahit anong klaseng set yan, that gives you an idea of how great the spiker is kung hindi siya pumipili ng sinaset sa kanya.
This is the biggest lead of set number 1, 7 points. Petron desperately wants to get back to its winning ways. Gretchen Ho. She's dug. Diaz. There's an opportunity. They're still going to get this over. From the back. That's going to have to be just brought over. Masangkay runs out of space.
That's probably the longest rally that we're ever going to see.
8-14.
Masangkay there apologizing to the coach and to Dindin. That's the second time that they didn't connect properly.
Well, nakita naman natin it's mostly dinks na nangyari, so everyone wasn't really in the right position.
Back set.
Great spike from Dindin Santiago.
And Santiago says, okay, this is the way we're supposed to do it. And she scores and picks up another point. And the way she's playing, she looks like she wants to get to another 30-point match. She's going to pick up another one here off that block. That's going to bring us to our second technical timeout and the biggest lead of set number 1. Just getting it through that defense despite the two girls there at the net.
Yes, and Morada's just making a point out of that one kahit na ang lalaki ng nasa harap niya. And of course, kanina there was a substitution. Michiko Castañeda was put in obviously to help the blockers, but you know, Petron is really just hitting it off them, through the blocks.
Rubino blocked. Easy score there. Boy, everybody's joining the fray here para sa kupunan ng Petron as Gretchen Hall moves back there for the serve. 19-10 is our tally. We go outside. Castañeda running out of space.
Castañeda did everything that she could, but that ball was just overset.
Petron again doubling up here on Cignal. 20-10 is our tally. Combination play works for Tubino.
Great job from Honeyhurst Tubino targeting Dindin Santiago. We all know she's a powerhouse when she's at the net. But then, if you notice, hindi siya pinapalitan ng libero every time na pumunta siya sa likod. So that's gonna take so much of her energy. And it's actually very smart for Honeyhurst to target her every single time.
Make her work, huh?
Yes.
Every time she's on the court. And right now, oh, it drops.
Yes, that one hits the line.
From serving 20, serving Ross Tubino.
Tubino looking for another good serve. They need it badly. And just when I said that.
Jinx. Well, you know, Honeyhurst Tubino has really got to step up. Cignal, as we all know, is composed mostly of players from Perpetual. They know each other really well. And Honeyhurst Tubino has been their captain for 2 or 3 years straight. If she plays well, nai-expected. You know, yung passion niya infects everybody.
21-12. They go to Diaz and she will score.
Doing what she does best. Jane Diaz, of course, a champion beach volleyball player. Sanay na matama-tama lang.
And you can see she can really sky. Braca serving. Reyes just saves that one. Garza's not able to get to that one. Timeout will be called here by Cignal. This is their final timeout of set number 1.
Grabe naman, oh. Lumalaki yung court kasi yung depensa mo, eh, di ba? Pagtas ng bola, binabasa kung nasa ng bola. Kasi tutulong ka, eh. Nagkakalat ka pa, eh. Di ba? Grabe naman yan. Oh, kailangan dumikit ang score, ha? Pag dumikit ang score na yan, magbabago yan. Pilitin lang natin, ha? Pilitin lang natin. Okay, go!
Kaya natin yun, guys. Bawi ako.
Well, there you go, Coach Sammy. Pinapaalalahanan niya dun si Kenneth Garces because she's a setter. She has to be the playmaker. She has to be the steadiest player inside the court. And I think the reason also why he said na habulin natin yan, even if they don't win in the first set, it's a bit of a boost for their confidence coming into the second set.
I guess he's looking for small victories here and there first. They go outside. Diaz tries to score. Looks like she's going to run out of space again. Yun nga sinasabi ni Coach Sammy, ilapit na lang natin pero mukhang in 2 more points matatapos na yung ating unang set.
Sandra de los Santos giving a point to Cignal.
And Rowley babalik. Babalik na rin si Argarin. Castañeda goes out.
14 serving 23. Serving for Cignal,
Argarin with a serve. They cannot afford any more mistakes, not at this stage. Especially if they want to make it a close set number 1. That's going to work.
Good job for Argarin.
It's like Gretchen was of 2 minds, whether to let it go or to actually try to get it. We go right back to Gretchen. She delivers. Power tip works.
And this kind of play has been working for Petron. Itong Cignal, for some reason, almost done with the first set, pero hindi pa din nila nababasa yung mga tips. They're not really going for the hard spikes or those running or those quick spikes. Simpleng-simple lang. They're just finding the hole in their defense.
Not a very good serve, but again, at this stage, they can afford those kind of mistakes on serve dahil ang laki naman ng kanilang labang. Diaz. Together with Cignal, their backs now against the wall here in set number 1. They go outside. Gretchen Ho. She's dug. Tubino gets that through and scores. Ito na yung momentum na sinasabi mo hinahanap nila papasok sa ating second set.
Well, Diaz has to be steady from the line kasi they would want to have this, yun nga, sabi mo, certain momentum pagkatapos itong first set so that in the second set, they would be more confident and not really have that diesel start.
Opportunity here once again. Who do they go to? Mabayad, blocked. Tubino sends that cross court. At lalabas yun. At diyan magtatapos ang ating set number 1 in dominating fashion. Petron wins this one, 25-17. And welcome back to the Canetas. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here of set number 1. And most of the highlights obviously belongs to Petron.
Well, as you can see, everything worked for Petron. Their defense, their reception, their setting, the setting department. You have Didin Santiago, Maika Morada, and everyone just helping each other.
How much more pressure now is on the shoulders of Cignal because ngayon, they need to win the next 3 sets or else kahit manalo sila in 5 sets, wala rin.
I think mas mabigat yung pressure ngayon that Cignal is feeling. But then again, the question really is how they would react to it, how they would react after that first set loss. Kasi, you know, when you look at them, yung body language nila, tahimik lang sila, they're not really talking. There's no sense of panic, which I think is sometimes a must. Because you have to win, you have to bounce back, you have to get your mind and your body inside this game. The skills has to be there, and you know they have to understand what happened in the first set for them to win the second set. They have to understand what went wrong, understand what they have to do, and understand how exactly to help each other.
Well, a while ago you saw that graphic. We'd like you to support your favorite volleyball star in the PSL face-off. Log on to www.solarentertainmentcorp.com to cast your vote. Do that now. Now, as you said, let's see now how much pressure is on the shoulders of Cignal, because talagang it's imperative for them to win this set. At the same time, ang ganda nung tinatakbo nitong Petron. You don't expect them to slow down, and there you go. Dindin Santiago picks up another point.
Yeah, Anthony, you know, that's what I was saying. How can you stop this team? You have to understand. You have to know what's going on. Kailangan malaman nila ano ba yung pwede nating i-maximize or pwede nating ipigilan dito sa team na to.
Doesn't seem like they can stop anything at this stage.
I know. But as we say that,
Wow, great effort.
Lilet Mabayad with that smart move.
Reyes tried her very best, just out of position that time, and we're tied at 1. Ito ata yung problema kasi na Cignal. In the early stage of set number 1, nakasabay naman sila.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, after about 5 points, when it was I think 5-all, biglang lumamang na yung Petron and they never look back.
Yeah, because yun nga yung nangyayari. They don't have, as much as I hate to say it over and over again, wala talagang depensa eh. And the thing is, I talked about it also before the start of the second set. Yung body language, walang panic, no one's stepping up, no one's saying, come on, let's do this, 1 point at a time, one stop. Because you need someone like that for everybody to wake up.
Gretchen gets that through. But a chance here. Praka. No. Easy set. And Santiago.
You know, I just want to talk about that fast play. How are you going to stop a team who has Dindin Santiago, a good setter with Masangkay, and a great spiker Morada who just gave you a jumping set?
Exactly.
Right? If everyone could set like that and spike like Morada and De Los Santos and defend well, how is Cignal going to stop this team?
And let's see if they can find some answers to that question you just posed. Well, they can pick up some points here and there, pero nga, katulad nga nasabi mo, if they don't come up big defensively, it's going to be a short day.
Yeah, and they have to figure out really what they need to do to stop Dindin, like what Honey Rice Tubino did. She targeted Dindin when she was at the back. So yung mga simpleng bagay na gano'n, they have to maximize on that.
De Los Santos, dug by Junella. On the back, Dindin almost scored. But there, Tubino.
Honey Rice Tubino. Let's see if she will have a better showing this second set.
Castañeda serving once again. Castañeda will do this once again. Lamang ng dalawa yung kanyang kapunan.
Miscommunication there. Petron.
That was clear. Morada just gets that through. Chance once again, but Castañeda was out of position. She gets that over. Power tip, and De Los Santos will score and bring her team to within 1. In that particular point, both teams were out of sync.
Yeah. No communication for both teams.
Serving for Petron, Gretchen Hall.
Quick play.
Raka giving them a taste of their own medicine with that power tip. And actually, I just noticed, both teams, Petron at saka Cignal, mas ready sila for the hard hits. That's why kapag merong, what do you call this? Kapag merong nagpa-power tip lang or dink lang or mga soft na hulog, that's when they have a hard time, hindi nakakagalaw ng maayos, no blocking coverage.
Doon pa sila nabibigla. They go to the outside. Diaz is blocked. From the back, Tubino sends that out.
You know from the sound of that hit that it was going to go outside.
Quick set. Braca's blocked. They go from the back. And Santiago is dug as well. Diaz will score.
And that's what I'm talking about. Yung defense na there's a little confusion when it's not a hard hit. Nagkakatinginan when you see Jen Reyes and Dindin Santiago. Ayun, no, may hesitation from Dindin. She saw Jen there. Kala niya siya na dapat yung kukuha. But then, wala eh. Dapat nga mag-agawan pa sila dito sa bola.
They go outside. Aganon. She's dug.
Nice play. Mary Grace Masangkay. Well, it's good having a setter who can set properly, communicate better, communicate nicely with the spikers. But if you have a setter who can actually attack and give you that smart plays, ang laki ng advantage mo.
Right now, we're tied at 6 apiece. Nakahabol na ang Petron. Aganon had no support. And Diaz will pick up a point.
7-6. Serving for Cignal.
Good serve. That's going to bring us to our first technical timeout of set number 2. And Cignal looking much better here. Family size connection of PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband. Welcome back to set number 2. Cignal up against Petron. Cignal with their backs against the wall. They need to win the next 3 sets to keep their campaign alive. And that's not going to help.
I know. I was actually going to say that. If they would want to win the second set, because they do have a better start, they would have to be consistent with what they're doing with the first 8 points rather. Kaya lang, ito naman si Argerin na mali lang talaga yung tapo niya, I guess, with that serve.
They're doing well, but they have to be consistent. Sabi nga niya, girls, as you can see, pag nag-enjoy tayo, hindi natin namamalayan na nananalo na tayo. So they just have to keep on helping and complimenting each other inside the court. As for the Cignal HD Spikers, Coach Sammy reminded the girls na wag tayo manggigil sa bola. Committing errors and mistakes are inevitable, but they have to move on and make it up. Lastly, he is expecting each and everyone to contribute and do their part inside the court. Guys, back to you.
EJ, I just want to ask lang, no? Kanina the first set, you talked about pressure dito sa Cignal Spikers and
inside the court. Guys, back to you.
EJ, I just want to ask lang, no? Kanina the first set, you talked about pressure dito sa Cignal Spikers and ano ba yung itsura nila nung first set? Habang sinasabihan sila na huwag kayo ma-pressure, and itsura nila dito sa second set when they were told na they have to do better, ganyan.
Actually, during the huddle, makikita mo sila complimenting each other, boosting the morale of each other, saying na kaya pa to, matagal pa to, and nandun yung eagerness na manalo pa kahit alam nila na they are behind. So I guess we just have to expect these girls showing their real character as the game goes on, guys.
Alright, let's see if Cignal can really do that.
Look at Coach Sammy, a picture of calm.
Yes. Sanay na.
Well, I guess from a coach's perspective, you know, most of the hard work is done in practice. And so pagdating dito, kailangan mag-execute na yung kanyang mga players because if not, wala na talaga siyang magagawa. He can do some mixing and matching, but at the end of the day, his job's done.
Yeah, and it's all up to the players.
Masakai with the serve. Her team tied now at 10 apiece. Tubino will score.
Honey Royce Tubino really needs those kinds of plays. Kahit mga simpleng open lang yan, she needs to get pumped up. She needs to boost her confidence a bit more because she is the leader of that team.
Mabay to the serve. Santiago. Well, Tubino was trying to get that over, but it hit the antenna, so point will go once again to Santiago and to Petron. We're tied at 11. Chance here once again for Petron. Can they get the lead? No.
A great block from Honey Royce Tubino and Abby Braca.
Watch it once again.
Perfect timing given to you by those two.
Castañeda now with the serve. It's a good one. And Castañeda not able to get to that one properly. It has not been a pretty set para sa Petron, pero still, tabla pa rin sila dito sa Cignal.
It's because they're still working together. You can see kahit na may konting confusion with the defense, someone is always there to, kumbaga, saluhan. May nagkamaling isa, babawi naman yung the other.
Dindin try to get her foot out to keep that alive, not able to get there. And that's a full 6'2" lady, not able to get her leg out there. So,
and there were 3 players just staring at that ball.
so alam mo talaga, napakalayo ng bola sa kanya. Cignal maintaining that 1-point lead. Can they hold on to it till the very end? Aganon. Braca. On the outside, Diaz. Chance now for Petron. And Morada will score. At tabla na naman tayo at 13.
Good job from Morada. Targeting Mitchell Castañeda. She knew na the past 2 plays, itong si Castañeda yung medyo nagkakamali with her defense.
And Morada, who just scored, will now do the serving chores. Diaz. Who did they go to? On the outside, Santiago with so much power. Easy ball. They go to Aganon and she scores.
Back on the service line, Micah Morada.
Chance once again here for Cignal. Aganon just gets that over. Great rally. And Diaz scores.
Yung maganda dito kay Nori Jane Diaz, even though it's not really a good set, came off from a really bad reception, ginagawa niya ng paraan, and that's her job as a spiker, as one of the veterans there in her team.
And Cignal clinging on to that 1-point edge. De Los Santos. And now Diaz once again. In the back row, but Tubino was there. That's going to be a point there. Once again for Cignal, and they still hold on to that lead as we get to the second technical timeout of set number 2.
To understand kung ano yung pwedeng mangyari dun sa bola. Like with this one, perfect block from Mabayad and Castañeda, but no support for Gretchen Ho.
And how many times has that happened?
A couple of times. Itong second set alone. Samantalang nung first set, they were doing really good. Coverage was there.
They go to Santiago. She just hammers that down. So much power behind that one.
You know, I don't even know how to react to that spike.
Lead cut down to 4. That's going to be outside.
Let Mabayad was way under that one.
At tatawag ng timeout si Coach Sammy. They don't want to let this second set lead slip away.
Nagawa mo lang ng paraan. Ganito lang ha. Si Royce dito na kasi nandito yung maliit.
Wala, sa likod na coach.
Dito palabasin mo to. Para po sentro din siya. Dito pa ikutin po para makuha si Dindin. Isa na lang.
Opo.
Pwede mo kakabingin dito. Okay. Dito naman maliit din dito, di ba?
Opo.
Pasahan nyo na lang. Huwag kayo magsayang. Tandaan nyo, kapag pangit ang bola, gawaan nyo lang para hayaan nyo silang magkamali. Huwag tayo magkamali.
Go, go, go!
Simple volleyball brought to you by Coach Sammy. Kaya nga may 3 touches eh. Kapag hindi maganda yung una at hindi pa din maganda yung pangalawa, gawan mo na ba for the third time? You have 3 chances to get that ball over, and if there's any chance, medyo gandahan mo, pahirapan mo yung kalaban, not just give it to them.
That's going to stay inside. And Tubino, she's got to come up big here in the last couple of points. They need her. Morada there skying.
The leap that this girl has, you know, when she goes for that kill, yung atake niya, yung buwelo pa lang, you know that's gonna be a point for them. And great job actually targeting Lilet Mabayad kasi galing siyang service. So she didn't have enough time to go back to her original position.
Santiago now on the back, and that is not going to help the cause of Petron. And it seems like the smiles have left the faces of Petron. Kanina, they were smiling from ear to ear. Lahat sila tuwang-tuwa. Castañeda. Wow. Well, they're still up by 3, but you cannot afford to give any breathing space dito sa kupunan ng Petron.
Serving 23. Serving for Petron.
At yun ang binabanggit natin, bigyan mo ng konting pagkakataon ng Petron. They just might be all over you in a matter of minutes. Zapanta again with the serve. Tubino. Uh-oh.
Lucky break there for the Cignal.
And it is now set point para sa Cignal, and a timeout is going to be called here by Petron.
Maika, ito ka. So, double kick tayo. Double kick tayo. Mina, Sika. So, maliwanag. Maika, pagka medyo alanganin, ipasok lang sa loob, sa gitna. Importante yun eh, kaysa hindi natin may garing bola sa kabila. Ha? Tapos, Boss, cover tayo ha. Pero focus muna tayo sa receive.
Well, there, Coach George Pasco just saying, alam mo yun, kapag hindi maganda yung hindi maganda yung reception, hindi maganda yung set, ipasok mo lang, hindi yung, don't risk it na. Because we're up by 1 set, napakalaking bagay kapag makukuha nila tong second set.
Can Cignal close it out? You have an opportunity here. Quick play and it works. But now, this is a chance now with Tubino coming right back in. So far, good numbers. 4 attacks and 1 block for Morada. We go outside to Diaz. Uh-oh. Still, 1 more. Set point para sa Cignal do. At tatawag ng timeout si Coach Sammy.
Pag hindi mapalo sa atin, hindi nagpo-cover, huwag niyo pabayaan. Kaya, expect natin para magkaroon ng tiwala sa atin. Coveran nyo. Nasa likod mo ako. Dapat ganyan. Hindi tahimik naman kayo. Isa lang naman tayo, di ba? Okay, now. Tuloy pa rin. Huwag tayo. Ano nandito sa harapan?
Jane, Abby.
Si Abby dyan. Sabihin mo, open lang. So, dito.
Isipan natin
Ha? Ngayon, pag pumangit ang bola, i-drop mo lang sa gitna. Huwag ka mapreso sa pumangit ang bola. Kung magandang bola, paluin mo, walang problema. Okay? Pasahan lang. Isa lang tayo, ha?
Isipan na tayo.
Yan. So for Cignal to actually win this set, you need defense and the support. Kung sinabi niya kanina, sigaw mo, nandito ako. Just go for it. Go for the kill. No hesitation dapat now that you have this chance to close the set.
Big serve coming up. Not the best of receptions. Diaz is going to try to get that through. Chance for Petron to tie things up. Aganon sends that out. And we are tied at 1 set apiece. We'll be highlights of set number 2 and some numbers as well.
As you can see, kaya nakuha ng Cignal yung second set is because they finally were able to get more attacks coming, of course, from better defense. Blocks are the same, serves are the same also. But there you can see Honey Royce Filipino scoring, even though Dindin Santiago is in front. Better reception, or Jane Diaz helped the cause as well. Let's see which team gets more pressured in the third set, because as we all know, mas kailangan itong Cignal ang panalong to, but then ang Petron, they also know that they could win easily against Cignal because yung score nga natin nung first set is just 25-17, and that was them making a few errors na on the latter parts of that first set. So kaya naman nila talaga. Tingnan natin kung who has the better showing in this third set.
Obviously, this is another set that Cignal cannot afford to lose if they want to be able to win, and win in what we established earlier at the start of this match. They need to be able to win at least in 4 sets, or else their season is done. It's crucial here for Cignal to get off to a good start. And that is not the start they're looking for.
And that set was too low for Lilet Mabayan. And you have Dindin Santiago in front. I think at this point, Argaren should just keep on going to Honey Royce Tubino.
And they go to Tubino, and that is the right thing to do.
Serving for Cignal,
Din Santiago back to her smiling self. Nung second set, medyo nawala yun eh. Everyone actually weren't smiling.
Let's see if they can smile all the way. And it's another point for Santiago. And again, it's not one of those hammer shots.
3 serving for 1. Serving for draw, Din Santiago.
Din Santiago to serve, the record holder for most points here in the Philippine Superliga.
And right now, she's got 14 points already. Castaneda helps out there and gets a point para sa Cignal and her team. Just down by 1. Still alive. Braca trying to score and does. As she's blocked. Now a chance for Petron. Morales dug. Frantic point. Power tip. And a score here for Cignal. Let's check in with EJ.
Yes, Anthony, indeed, a boxer's character is shown when he is pressed against the wall, and that is just what the Cignal HD Spikers showed during that very close and intense second set. And with that, Coach George wants the girls to capitalize on confidence. Confidence in getting the ball, confidence in making good defense that will even out that of Petron, and most especially, confidence with their fellow teammates, guys.
Thank you very much, EJ. Well, the action is picking up here in set number 3, and Cignal, after getting off to a poor start here in the third, ngayon, lamang na sila ng tatlo. That's gonna drop in, that was clear.
That again is, you know, it says something about how Cignal is playing now. Like with their defense, you know, Jack Janela, we all know her as the defense specialist. She's good at it. She's good at being a libero. But today, parang medyo off lang talaga siya. Wala siya lagi sa position, especially if, let's say it's those long hits.
In the back. Another chance here for Cignal. Can they take advantage? Not yet. Diaz going down the line. Doug. Boy, Janela's been all over the place. Power tip. And the point is still alive. And a violation is going to be called.
Violation on Argarin.
Yung mga puntos na gano'n, when you lose it, nakakalata talaga.
Oo, nakakahinayang, especially with that great defense na pinakita ng both teams. Janela, I was saying mali yung position niya, but in that rally, she was really getting every ball.
They go to the back to Bino. They're going to have another opportunity. Talking about Cignal. Diaz from the middle.
Good play from Argarin. But Argarin and Diaz connection. Though that one hit the net, maganda pa din yung play. Maganda, they try to mix it up.
And at the first technical timeout, Cignal 8, Petron 6.
We have Mr. Popoy Rico, chairman of the PSL, in the house, enjoying the volleyball action. Din Santiago and the rest of her Petron mates now down by 2 as Braca gets ready to serve. Violation.
Serving 8. Serving for Petron, Sandy Delas.
Ano ba settle yan? Diyan ka na yan. Kaya mo si Diyos sa amin na.
Great serve. But the point is still alive. What an effort being shown here by both these teams. Diaz.
Well, that was a check ball. That was off Masangkay, I think. Jane Diaz has always stepped up for her team, lalo na kapag nasa likod nga itong si Manuel Filipino. And now we get a look at that last play. Ooh. That was close, I don't know. But then Argaren throws that point. No, Argaren will really be the key into winning this third set. Mexico Castañeda being really smart with that one. Nakita niya na naunahan siya ng blockers and there's no way for her to get that ball over the net. So she just opted to hit it off the block. Simple.
Cignal clinging on to a 2-point lead. Diaz has been one of the heroes so far for Cignal. Gretchen just gets it over. And Tubino will run out of real estate. The fans have started to get into this one as we got into our all-important third set. Great dig. But there was no support there for Diaz.
And that has been their problem. First, second, and now in the third set. Luis Masangkay back on the service line.
What a serve. Just right over that net.
Cignal is really having a hard time with their defense. Kanina, na-compose. I think they already composed themselves in the second set. But now, for some reason, it just disappeared.
Another great serve. Boy, Janela's been all over the place. Tubino scores as Aganon and Santiago just lost track of that ball. Watch it here.
Well, they blocked it properly, but then they're not keeping her eyes on the ball.
We are tied at 11. Braca there, quick to react, getting a point. Oof.
Well, you know, this is something that Cignal cannot afford to do. Throw away points from the service line. They need the momentum, they need a boost of confidence, and serving is really one thing that you should never miss.
Santiago with the serve. Braca with the point.
Great play from Argaren and Praha. we seldom see that here in this match. Because wala nga reception tong Cignal. But then, Jack Janela with that great pass. And Argeren setting it up. Walang bumantay because, they've been scouting Honey Royce Tubino. So it really helps if they try to distribute that. But then again, Michiko Castañeda throws another point from the service line. Ilan na yun? That was, I think that's Cignal's third.
At least.
Yes.
Gotta go outside. Tubino just gets that over. Trying to go down the line, and it doesn't work here for Petron. It has been a nip and tuck affair here in set number 3. Tubino, great serve. We're going to call a check ball, and we are tied at 14. Agano serving. Power tip works once again for Praca. And she has heated up here in the third.
15 serving 14.
That's going to drop in. Praca just looks at Tubino, and Tubino looks at
right
Praca. Was that yours?
Tubino quickly apologizes and says, akin yun, akin yun.
Tabla tayo at 15. Janela. Diaz gets that through.
Hammering it, yeah.
Exactly. That's going to bring us to our technical timeout. We'll be back. Super League All Filipino Conference is presented by PLDT Home Evolution. Limitless sharing with a family-size connection of PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband. Back to the action. Set number 3. Santiago gets blocked. Chance now here for Petron. Quick play. Works. No.
That was outside.
Up by 2 now. Ang Cignal.
Argeren back on the service line.
Argeren gets to that one. And again, miscommunication. The coaching staff here of Cignal shaking their heads in dismay after that great dig from Argeren.
I know, and she was clapping. She was celebrating that one.
That goes through. It goes out.
He says no check ball.
Tabla tayo at 17. Diaz gets to that. And Drauli gets blocked. And Santiago.
Great play from Masangkay and Santiago. Oh, but wait, what happened? Masangkay is touching, limping.
Well, she looks like she's been hampered by a minor sprain. Well, she's been favoring that all throughout this match. But she's a warrior. They go outside. Hendrauli get that through. We're tied once again at 18. It's going to be an exciting finish here in the third. Chance now. They go to Tubino, but she's dug. Tubino once again. Wrong-footed, but nonetheless scores.
And of course, it's all about placing. Gawa-gawa na lang ng paraan. She lost her footing there, but then she just targeted the short ball, yung gitna, which is what's been killing Petron since the first set. And there we can see yung reception, mas mataas yung sa Cignal. You have 23 and 17. The faults naman, mas mataas yung sa Petron. But the thing that's keeping Petron alive and what's keeping them ahead of this game is because they have, you know, more options, I think, in terms of, I say, attacking from the net and from the backline. Ito kasi sa Cignal, pag umikot na to si Honey Royce Tubino or mali yung footing or Jane Diaz is the backline, medyo kinukulang sila sa offense.
Let's check it now with DJ.
Thanks, Anthony. The atmosphere during the huddle up the Petron Blaze Spikers is so impressive as they are all ears to Coach George, and you can really sense their eagerness to nail this set. Now, for them to realize this, they are told to establish good defense on the net and just keep on executing the game plan. Sabi nga ni Coach sa kanila, girls, kapit lang. Guys, back to you.
And right now, they are up by 1.
Like yung sinabi ni EJ, good defense with that last play. The blocking was there, excellent. Really, just from the run.
Janela gets to that one. They're trying to go to Tubino. She's blocked. Tubino once again. They go outside. Zapanta. Now Tubino can really hammer that down, but what a great effort there by Santiago.
Great defense being shown to us by the Petron Blazers. Blaze Spikers, rather. They're scoring off their defense. Wala kang atake eh. That shows you talaga how great their defense is right now.
Masangkay with the serve. Lamang na ng dalawang Petron. Oh, that was close. And a violation is going to be called.
Backline violation for Arian Argarin.
Let's listen into this timeout.
Diba? Kapag iisip ka, sigurado yung mambola. Iisip mo eh. Sigurado. Diba? O, tatlo lang naman yun eh, diba? Kaya habulin yan, basta pitin lang natin.
Kaya pa yan.
May stop natin si Dindin. Stopin si Dindin, okay? O kahit gaano pag pumalo yan, basta na-depensa naman natin. Naangat naman natin ang bola, di ba? Di ba? O, tuloy.
Guys, wag na tayo, kapit tayo.
Well, defense lang naman talaga yung hinihingi ni Coach Sammy since the start of the first set.
Petron, 3 points away from set number 3. They also enjoy a 3-point advantage. Masangkay serving again. They go to Tubino. Zapanta. And Santiago.
The hammer hit from Dindin Santiago. This is very dangerous for Cignal. Yes, Masangkay, who's a steady server at the line. Dindin Santiago's in front. Let's see if they can match Petron's defense.
Malaluan checks in. They need her presence defensively. That's going to go out. That's not going to help Cignal's cause.
Over the lineman.
Well, they say it's
Yeah,
good.
it's
That's right.
Yeah.
Santiago, she makes it look so easy.
Yeah. And every single time Cignal scores over Petron, Masangkay would be just like, I'd give it to Tintin, we score another point, we rotate, we serve, and we attack again. Very simple. Let's see if Santiago can close this out.
Not the best of receptions. Here's a chance for Petron. And that's all they need. One set point. And they've gotten the second set. And now they just need one more before they can pick up another W here. We'll talk about the permutations when we come back. Set number 3.
Well, Cignal having more attacks. Mas maganda yung distribution nila kanina. Blocks, Petron had one. Petron had one, Cignal with none. Errors naman, mas madami pa nga yun sa Cignal. And that is why Petron got that third set. You know, at this point of the match, 3 sets na hindi pa din na naka-adjust tong Cignal properly to what Petron is doing. You know, Sandra De Los Santos hitting that block with the dinks. Din Santiago, of course, every single time she goes up, it's an automatic point for them.
And right now, let's talk about the different permutations of what could happen. Obviously, right now, dahil nanalo na yung Petron nung third set, that means they're up 2 sets to 1. Kahit manalo ang Cignal dito, they're out.
Yes. Kasi yung sa standings, hindi talaga abot. And yung set ratio, rather, mas mataas talaga. Or kinulang yung ditong sa Cignal. What they needed to do to get into the semifinals is to actually win this game in 3 or 4 sets. But we all know that's not possible.
And now let's talk about the fact that if Petron wins this particular set, or if they win in the 5th set, ano yung mga mangyayari doon? And that is not really the way you want to be able to start out the set. So this is what's going to happen. If Petron wins this particular set, that means they've won 3-1. Ang mga kalaban nila, susunod na round will be PLDT because they're going to finish number 3. But if they finish this particular match winning it, but they finish 3-2, obviously they win it 3 sets to 2, they are now going to drop to the 4th position, which means ang mga kalaban nila sa susunod na phase, which is the quarterfinal phase, ay yung Cagayan. So now I guess they can pick and choose, do you want to face Cagayan or do you want to face PLDT?
Well, I'm sure they would say it doesn't matter. What's important is that they come in the semifinals with a win.
At yung pinaka-importante rin, I mean, you know, if you try to look at the numbers, if you want to break the numbers down further, obviously, if they win 3 sets to 1, they will finish as the 3rd seed, which means chances are, if you finish with a higher seed, you'll be up against supposedly the lowest seed possible. Pero, again, dahil, alam mo, para sa akin personally, napakalapit talaga ng mga teams. And so sometimes, you know, if you're finished 3rd, if you finish 4th, it doesn't really matter, as you said, because nga, talagang, it really depends if you can come up with a good game plan once again and execute.
That was perfectly executed by Honey Royce Tubino. Perfect timing on the net.
Di naman lang to. They were supposed to be able to, on paper, they're supposed to be the stronger team laban sa Cignal, pero natalo na nga sila ng second set at right now they're down 3-1. Aganon.
No snapping off the wrist from Aganon.
And for all the viewers out there, just in case you're wondering, ano ko naman kung manalo itong Cignal winning, which means winning set number 4 and eventually winning set number 5, itong koponan ng Petron will drop down to 4th spot and kakalaban ni Cagayan. So they have no choice. Wala silang pwedeng piliin na kalaban. Uh-oh, look at this now. Petron off to a horrible start here in the fourth. Aganos has got to get that over. And a violation will be called.
A lifting violation from Dindin Santiago. And look at their faces. Back in the first set, in the third set, they were smiling. They were much more cheerful. Much more, what do you call this? Energetic.
Santiago, kita mo yung gigil sa kanyang muka. Galit na galit siya ron. Sabi na Cignal, wala naman akong ginawa sa'yo.
And look at her face now. May kita ko pa din yung gigil dito kay Dindin Santiago.
Well, she's surprised that her team is down by 4. She needs to come up with a good serve here.
And a good serve it is. Service ace from Dindin Santiago.
Santiago approaching the 20-point mark. That's going to go long. The lead is back up to 4. Cignal there takes his seat. She has been one of the glowing points dito para sa Cignal sa araw na to. Sapanta blocked. From the back they go to Santiago. Sapanta blocked again. And that's going to bring us to our first technical timeout of set number 4. And Cignal showing the way. They might face the team that is actually on a roll right now, which is Cagayan. Filipino can't get that through.
Serving 11. Serving Sandy De Los Santos.
Former back-to-back MVP, Sandra De Los Santos to serve. Gets an ace.
BS turned around and there was nobody home. Nice block. Sakai just kept that over. Chance for them once again. Quick set, Cabalsa.
Cabalsa just again and again targeting that donut hole that Cignal has been sporting since the first set. They seem to have, I don't know why, but they can't adjust to that soft hits from Petron.
But if they can't make the adjustment, Petron should be able to try to key on that and do that even more. Right now, dalawa na lang ang lamang ng Cignal. And now make it 3.
12, serving 9. Serving for Cignal. Happy Pratt.
Braca with 7 attack points.
That was just way outside.
And with another one of her service errors. And you can see they're now playing without pressure. They're smiling even if they come up with a mistake. They're smiling even if they can start seeing that their opponents are closing in on them. And Filipino can't get to that one. Timeout is going to be called by Cignal. This is going to be interesting.
Maka-adjust ka agad. Di ba tayo nag-a-adjust kayo? Nagkamali ng isa, dapat sunod na kukuha na. Kasi dapat tayo, hindi lang Hindi lang kasi dapat libero ang magre-receive. Lahat kayo magre-receive. Huwag kayong matakot mag-receive. Ang layo-layo pinanggagalingan ng bola. Hindi ba nababasa yan? Ang layo bago dumating sa inyo. Makakapag-isip kayo kung harap siya o sa likod siya. Pasa muna, ang layo na to. Binibigay naman na ninyo eh. Di ba? Hindi dapat. Ay, ang ganda bang pa?
You know what I got from that, Anthony? Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero nung sinabi ni Coach Sammy na huwag mong ibigay, iba kasi yung, okay, iba yung natalo ka sa nagpatalo ka. Yun yung huwag mong ibigay yung point. Pahirapan mo naman yung kalaban. They're serving, just start out with a good reception. It's that simple. This is just simple volleyball.
And the thing that really stuck out to me is, sabi nga nila, ang layo nga ng pinararatingan, yung pinanggagalingan ng serve. You know, how can you actually totally miss-hit that one? And in that case, she was really out of position. Pero ngayon, tumabla na ang Petron. They want to be able to finish in third spot. Balsa with another serve. Miscommunication that time by Petron, but again, an excellent dig. Zapanta trying to find that hole. Chance, do they go to Santiago? No, they go to Zapanta once again. Oh, that's a poor setup. Zapanta again. Who do they go to now? Back row. Uh-oh. And they used Santiago all throughout that point as a decoy.
A little confusion. Nung nag-dive si Jack, nag-hesitate na to si Argerin.
Petron has rallied. Now they've got the lead and now a chance to increase it further. Zapanta again. And again Zapanta. This time she will score off that block.
Well, that was a check ball for Zapanta.
Oh, that was clear. That was really a block.
Out kaya!
Coach Sammy up on his feet because the signal was already given. Look at the numbers of Cabalsa. Uh-oh. Boy, there have been so many of those mistakes here today. Petron was on a real tear and then suddenly stopped in their tracks. Go outside Zapanta again and she will score. Zapanta has delivered here. Reyes has also done a very commendable job as the libero here for Petron. That's going to be out, no question about that one. And that's going to bring us to our second technical timeout on set number 4. And this time, Petron finds themselves on top. Support your favorite volleyball stars in the PSL Face-Off. Log on to www.solarentertainmentcorp.com to cast your vote. Do it now. Masakay serving. Her team up by 3. Nice block by Zapanta. And Zapanta once again scoring.
I like it that Petron, the coaching staff, has been instructing itong si Masangkay to give it to Zapanta, give it to Aganon. Maybe maybe use din Santiago as a decoy this time para makapagpahinga din. And of course, baka hindi expect ng Cignal when they give it to Dindin.
Wow. Argarin there, blocked by the net. Diaz is going to check back in. Let's see if she can inject some life into this sagging campaign of Cignal.
Cabino just hammering it down.
Well, she has been silenced here.
You know, the thing about Tubino, when she scores and she celebrates or she gets a tap on the back or whatever, mas nabubuhayan siya and it rubs off on her teammates. Pero ngayon, talagang nothing's happening. The body language isn't there. They're all just really silent and not talking to each other.
Great dig by Reyes.
Double violation from Cabalsa.
She got in the way of Masangkay, but still they've got a sizable lead here at 3. Santiago is blocked.
And how often do you see that? Like a single block for Dindin Santiago.
Especially when they have not really been going to her that much. As you can see, the defense of Cignal still just keying on her. Aganon is blocked. And don't look now. Cignal just down by 1.
17, serving 18, serving
Let's see if now at this stage, isa na lang kanilang lamang if they go to Santiago. They still continue to try to use her as a decoy until now.
Good play. Good play for Masangkay. It's actually the right time for her to give it to Dindin Santiago because Cignal has been creeping up here in the court set. And you have got to get Dindin Santiago all pumped up again for her to lead her team and finally close this one out.
On the back row, Santiago will score again.
That's what we're talking about.
And she's still fresh. Now they're going to try to milk her all the way. Let's check in with DJ.
Yes, guys, now that Petron is already ahead and has the chance of closing the game in their favor, Coach still wants them to still be eager and not complacent. Moreover, he instructed the girls to strengthen the middle, do the necessary adjustments inside the court, and just stay focused until they can finally seal the deal, guys.
It's looking good. Kende, as she said, seal the deal. Wow, look at that hang time from De Los Santos. And a timeout will be called here by Cignal. This, their final timeout of the set and quite possibly of their season.
Anong ginagawa mo sa ilalim? Ha? Nagkukwik, lalabas ka para makatulong ka sa depensa. Hindi ka lumalabas eh. Kinukundit yung katawan mo sa laro eh. Yung katawan kasi niya, Sandra, pag nakaharap doon, dito yung cabin. Pag nakaharap siya dito, dito yung cabin niya. Kanina pa naglalaro din yung... Tatandahan. Bala. Dapat lang yan. Subukan natin yung straight point.
Well, again, Anthony, I've said this over and over again all throughout the game. The key to winning is watching and understanding ano ba yung ginagawa ng kalaban mo. How will you adjust to that? How are you gonna stop their strengths? How are you gonna maximize to your advantage their weaknesses? You have to understand your opponent and not just your team.
Can they make the adjustment at this late stage of the match? Nice dig. There's a player down.
Injury time.
Arian Ardrin's not moving. She was touching her lower back a while ago.
Well, we're getting a report that she's actually playing on a slip disc. And they're calling in the medic, and she's just not moving. Well, she is now showing some signs of movement, but she doesn't want to move at all.
Well, I'm sure that it's very painful for her. I've seen Argerin since her college days, and she has always been a warrior. She would always just stand up after a hit or after like a sprained ankle. I hope it's nothing serious, but as we look now, a stretcher's being...
Well, she's in obvious pain, and they're trying their very best not to move her.
Siyempre, kailangan ng spine, immobilizer. Spine immobilizer.
The thing is, at this stage, at this particular stage, they're not going to be able to get her up onto that stretcher. They're going to have to bring that stretcher down there. But they need to be able to immobilize her back. Let's see if we can catch exactly what happened on the replay.
Lumbar.
Oh, so she bumped into Norzane Diaz.
It was hip on hip, and basically actually hip on the side of her back more than anything else. And boy.
Ayun, tinuro ko sa'yo sabay yung shoulder sa kayong balakang. Sabay pa.
They've got to move her arm first. They've got to straighten her arm. There you go.
Buhat ng shoulder. Huwag mo itatis, ha? Huwag mo itatis. Sabay ka mo yan. Ouch! Oh! Relax, ha? Sama kita.
Well, our prayers go out to Argerin as she's in obvious pain. As you can see, the moment they turned her around, you know, any little bit of movement, talagang nararamdaman niya.
Saan siya pwede?
Well, she's now been immobilized, and now they can put her on the stretcher. They might be better off just actually just carting her off. Because if they're going to bring her all the way to the ambulance on that stretcher, it's going to be rolling on the ground, and that's exactly not really going to help her as well.
It's more painful for her.
obviously going to have a report on her condition in just a little bit. As EJ was there on top of the situation, we'll find out.
Replacing the injured is Kenneth Garcia.
And as we replay that point, it is 21-17 para sa Petron. Petron looking to be able to win this set and get the third seed moving on to the quarterfinals. That's going to be a point once again for Petron. Again, as we move closer towards an impending win here by Petron, if they win here 3-1, which means if they do get this fourth set, ang kanilang makakalaban sa ating quarterfinals will be the number 6 seed PLDT. Tubino gets that through.
Gets it through Sandra de los Santos.
And she blows her a kiss.
Yeah, because they're former teammates.
And de los Santos says, yes, we've seen that so many times in the past, but me being on the same side of the court. They go to Zapante, and she has been the charm here in set number 4.
Well, I'd like to credit that point to Masangka. You had Aganon and De Los Santos was there, but giving it to Zapanta really confused the blockers of Cignal.
Nice block. Quick play, and De Los Santos delivers. It is now set point, match point for Petron. Looking to lock up seed number 3 entering the quarterfinals. Power tip works for Praca. Last ditch stand here for Cignal as they say goodbye to the All-Filipino Conference. Quick set, and that is it. Aganon coming up with the final point. It was a gallant stand put up here by Cignal, but in the end, nanalo pa rin ang Petron as they get the third seed moving into the quarterfinals. Your thoughts on the match?
Well, you know, Petron really gave a good game. Their offense was there, their defense was there, communication, the focus, and the confidence. They everything was there. Not to take away anything from Cignal also. They put up a good fight, pero kinulang lang talaga. And at the end of that fourth set, unfortunately nga, we saw Arian Argarin rather go down. And of course, we all hope it's nothing serious. But I think Cignal would be able to still keep their heads high. They've had a good season.
Well, the fans are now screaming because there are some shirts being given out by the Petron players. You can see some shirts being thrown behind us, right in front of us, and that's why ang dami mga aksyon at kaya nagwawala yung mga tao. Hindi dahil may mga ibang pangyayari na nangyayari dito sa loob ng kuneta.
Well, yeah, of course, Petron being one of the most favored team here in the PSL. Talaga naman napakaganda pa ng showing nila in today's match.
It was a ringer they went through, but nonetheless, they won it nonetheless. At ngayon, let's go to EJ.
Thank you, guys. I'm with our best player of the game, Dindin Santiago. Dindin, congratulations on that very impressive win. 19-4-1. Very maganda yung stats mo today. Well, sabi ko ni Coach before the start of the game, very important na mapanalo nyo to because he wants you guys to get the confidence back. Now, I'm gonna ask you, nandyan na ba ulit yung confidence ngayon?
Siguro po, dahil iniisip lang namin, kailangan namin manalo, iniisip din namin na pamilya kami, kailangan namin panalunin to, tapos
mag-step by step kami paangat.
Alright. Well, second question, all throughout the game, ano yung thoughts nyo as a team and you personally na nagpanalo sa inyo? I mean, knowing na hindi madaling kaharap pa rin ang Cignal even though ang laki ng probability na mawala na sila sa league na to. I mean, yung thoughts mo lang all throughout the game.
Iniisip ko lang palagi mag-smile, tapos dalhin sila kasi ayun nga, kailangan din namin ng teamwork. So, pag sumimangot ako, alam ko sisimangot sila. So, kailangan ko lang mag-smile, tapos dalhin sila.
Alright, thank you so much and keep up the good work. Good luck on your next game. Guys, back to you.
That's a very good shot. As you can see there, Din, together with the mascot. Magpapakarga nga ako. No?
Ako din, sa full tank ako.
Oo, di ba? Dala na naman niya yung tanke niya. But you know, how important was it for